I've been driving for Night Ride for almost 2 years. It's the graveyard shift version of the regular rideshare apps. Higher pay, fewer rides, weirder passengers. Most of them are just drunk people, hospital workers finishing shifts, or airport runs for red ice. Occasionally you get a genuine creep, but the app has a panic button and I keep pepper spray in the center console. The ride that changed everything came on a Thursday at 2:40 a.m. The pickup pin was in an industrial area near the river, warehouses, empty lots, no streetlights. Already a red flag. But the surge pricing was 3.2x, and my rent was due Friday. I pulled up to the pin location. There was nothing there, just a chain link fence and an empty parking lot. I was about to cancel when my back door opened. I didn't hear anyone approach. No footsteps, no shadows moving in my mirrors. The door just opened and someone sat down. "Evening," said a man's voice. Calm, pleasant even, like we were meeting for coffee. I looked in the rear view. He was wearing a dark suit, clean-shaven, middle-aged, completely normal-looking, which somehow made it worse. Normal people don't materialize in empty parking lots at 2:40 a.m. "Where to?" I asked, keeping my voice steady. "Just drive. I'll tell you when to stop." Red flag number 2. No destination in the app. I checked my phone. The ride had a destination, an address I didn't recognize. But the man hadn't entered it. It had appeared on its own. "The address says." "That's correct," he said. "But take the long way. Along the river." I drove. The streets were empty. The river was a black ribbon to our left, reflecting nothing. The man sat in the middle of the back seat, perfectly centered, hands on his knees. "You drive this shift often?" he asked. "Most nights." "Do you enjoy it?" "It pays the bills." That's not what I asked. I didn't answer. Something about the question felt like a trap. We drove in silence for 10 minutes. Then he spoke again. "Pull over here." We were on River Road, near the old textile mill. I pulled to the shoulder. In front of us, maybe 50 yards ahead, a woman was standing on the bridge railing, arms out, facing the water. "Call 911, I said, reaching for my phone. "She won't jump," the man said. "Not tonight. Tonight she goes home and takes a bath and cries for 3 hours, and then falls asleep watching television. She'll come back to this bridge 4 more times before she actually does it. The 5th time is March 12th. I stared at him in the mirror. He was watching the woman with an expression I can only describe as administrative, like he was checking items off a list. "How could you possibly know that?" "Because I've been to March 12th. I've been everywhere. It's less impressive than you'd think." The woman climbed down from the railing. She walked to a car I hadn't noticed, got in, and drove away. The man nodded slightly. "Continue to the destination, please." I drove. My hands were sweating. The destination led us to a residential street. Nice houses, manicured lawns. The kind of neighborhood where nothing bad happens. "Stop here." I stopped in front of a 2-story colonial. Porch light on. Minivan in the driveway. "Do you see the house?" he asked. "Yes. The man who lives here has been poisoning his wife. Small amounts of antifreeze in her evening tea. She'll be dead by April unless someone intervenes." I turned around in my seat. The man's face was exactly the same. Calm. Patient. Not threatening. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because you're going to make an anonymous call to the police tomorrow. You're going to tell them to test her blood for ethylene glycol. You won't explain how you know. They won't believe you at first. But they'll test her, and they'll find it, and she'll live. And if I don't?" He smiled. First time. It didn't reach his eyes. "Then March becomes a very busy month for me." "What are you?" I whispered. "I'm your passenger. And my ride isn't over." We drove for another hour. He pointed out 6 more locations. A house where a gas leak would kill 3 people on February 28th if the furnace wasn't inspected. A corner where a pedestrian would be struck by a drunk driver on March 5th if the streetlight wasn't fixed. A school where a janitor was hiding something in the ceiling tiles of the boys' bathroom. At each stop, he gave me specific instructions. "Call this person. Report this thing. Be at this place at this time. You won't remember all of this," he said. "Check your phone." I checked. The Notes app was open. Every detail, typed out in my own handwriting style. Dates, addresses, instructions. I hadn't typed any of it. He had me pull over one final time, outside a church. "This is my stop," he said. "Wait." I turned around again. "Who are you?" "Why me?" "You asked earlier if you enjoy this work. The answer is that you're about to. This is what you were supposed to be doing all along. Not driving strangers home from bars. Driving toward things that haven't happened yet." He opened the door, then paused. "One more thing. On March 12th, go to the bridge. The woman will be there at 11:47 p.m. You'll know what to say." He got out, closed the door. I looked in the mirror, and he was gone. Not walking away. Gone. The app showed the ride as completed. 5 stars. No charge. The tip line read, "You'll understand eventually." I made the call about the poisoning the next morning. Anonymous tip line. They tested her blood. Found the antifreeze. Her husband was arrested that afternoon. I've been following the notes ever since. Every date, every location, every intervention. I haven't missed one. March 12th is tomorrow. I know what bridge. I know what time. I don't know what I'm going to say to her. But I think he does. I think he always did.